Hello, good morning, guys. Good afternoon, good night, depending on which part of the world you're in. Archie Luxury wearing my Pam. What can we say there? What can I say there? It's this is we've got HR on here. HR. Hey, did you like the avatar too? What did you think, hey?
I love it, but listen, I'm a long time viewer, first time panelist. Great to be on the show, Paul. What's doing your world, bud?
Did you like the graphic?
I love it. I love it.
Yeah, good. I thought you would love it. It's it just brings out the best of you. Just pull it up full screen here now. Full screen. There we go.
That is 100% there, bud.
There we go.
So what's the walrus? Is that you?
That's look at the fingers there. That's your fingers. That's badly eaten, nail biting, nervous wreck that you are. Look at that.
I'm a nervous wreck. I looked pretty nervous
You're a very negative guy.
I got to be honest, Paul. I looked pretty nervous when I was in the business lounge yesterday.
You're a very negative guy. You're a very negative, nasty
I was pretty nervous when I was in the business lounge yesterday, Paul. Got to be honest.
Nasty. You're a very nasty individual.
I was nervous.
He's just full of shit there. Okay. We're waiting for Goldberg to come on here.
Don't get him on.
You've got a horrible laugh. You know that your laugh just really fake. Is that your laugh that you developed when you were bullied at school, is it?
No, so that was actually my laugh I developed when I was in the chess.
There we go there. What an annoying little grub. Paul,
have you ever been to
there? Just have a look there. He's just annoying at the moment. Annoying.
What do you make of that, Paul?
I didn't hear it because I backstaged you.
I didn't say anything. I just said, what do you make of that, Paul? Is that a new T-shirt, Paul? Where'd you get that from?
Hey, let's just look at your own life before you start casting dispersions on other people.
Sure. What do you want to talk about, Paul?
What's happening? So you got a new job?
Well, let me explain. So I've verbally accepted one, and now I've let my current company know, and they are giving me a counter offer because they don't want to lose me, Paul. What do you make of that? HR's in demand, fuckers. Counter offer.
Would you accept a counter offer?
No, but I just want my belly rubs. I'm going to leave anyway because I'm a real cunter.
How much are they offering you?
What, the new company?
Yes.
Another 19,000 and a £7,000 yearly car allowance, so 26,000 in total.
26,000. Okay, on top of your base salary, which is how much?
I'm not disclosing that, Paul.
But
40? The difference. No, it's a bit more than that. But to go from where I am now to the new role, it's a 26k uplift. What do you make of that, Pluto? I got a jar.
How long do you reckon it'll last before you're not wanted? What age do they not want you? Can I ask you that?
Well, I mean, really, it wouldn't really matter because when Dad dies, I'll retire. Are you there, Paul? Are you listening?
What if he doesn't leave you the money? Have you got any other?
Paul, I'm the only child, Paul. It's coming my way. It's as simple as that, really, Paul.
Very distasteful. What's happening as far as the watches go? You buying any watches? Like I love the way you have this fake bravado, but let's be honest there.
Fake bravado?
Fake. You sold your Explorer and your Datejust.
I flipped those shitters, Paul.
But I don't understand. If you're so wealthy and so successful, why would you do that?
When did they say I was so wealthy and successful? My parents are rich and I got a jar. I'm not as successful as you, Paul. I'm not as rich as you, Paul. I'm a mere person.
He's just a pain in the ass, to be honest with you. Let's have a look. We've got 72 punters on the stream here there.
Paul, I want to see the Viper eyes. I want the Viper eyes, Paul. Ah.
I think I had enough of your nastiness, you know. It's
I want the vaporized, Paulie.
okay, that's it. You're banned for the day. See you later. See you later. That's it. Gone. We've got world's greatest dog trainer, Goldberg. Hello, Mr. Goldberg.
Hello. How are we today?
Stand the mop. I couldn't stand the mop.
Oh, you had a mop on. I missed the mop. Damn it.
He's got the most annoying. He's an annoying person.
Well, this is true, but he's useful. The mops are useful. We pull them out, we wipe the floor with them, then we put them away when we're done with them. I think he should come back, and I have a new tactic. You just put them. Listen, you put them full screen, and then you go about your business for like 5, 6, 7 minutes. You just don't listen, don't talk. He's talking to himself. Let him have the floor. But don't interact with him. It is your interaction that he craves. Don't give him that. Just let him have the floor.
He wants the attention. He wants the attention.
Don't give him the floor. 5 minutes, uninterrupted. Go about your business, but he's got to be full screen. You turn off your camera, and he does what he wants. And then after 5 minutes, you boot him, and he's done. But, you know, he's had full screen, full floor. Same for Narc. That's what you do with these guys. You want to talk? Go right ahead. But they want to talk to us, and we should not allow that.
Don't engage with them. That's what you're saying.
Exactly. You know, because you know they crave mommy's milk. These are boys who were never breastfed. They feel unloved, unwanted. You know, they would like to now suck from the teat of you.
What have you been watching lately on YouTube? I've been watching drone warfare videos in Ukraine. Fuck, that's a nasty war.
Yeah. I've seen bunches of those. They fly these little tiny drones right into the open hatches of tanks and explode them on the inside.
The other thing is they have fiber optics. I don't know if you're aware about the fiber optic drones.
Do tell.
So that means there's a cable from the operator to the drone.
Yeah.
And the countryside is littered with fiber optics, and that's actually pollution. It's very bad pollution.
Right now, that's the least of their worries, but yeah, for sure. True. What have I been watching? Okay, I have been stuck on 2 things on YouTube. It's a rabbit hole I can't get out of. One is police body cams, you know, where they turn the body camera on because they're going to arrest somebody. And it's usually these people who refuse.
Yes.
These fuckers refuse to get out of their car because, like, you know, I don't have to. And then they break the window and rip them the fuck out of the car.
Body cams. I love the body cam video.
Tase them, and yeah, I love that. And then the other is courtroom shit where the people are just fighting with the judge because they really don't know what they're doing. I'm going to represent myself pro se, and then they fuck it all up and wind up, you know, in contempt of court and being dragged out of the courtroom. Yes, I love that shit.
I understand what you're saying there. Drones. So you've been enjoying yourself. Does that enable you to engage with Rancher better?
No. I think Rancher doesn't like courtroom drama. He likes everything smooth and easy peasy. I think there's drama when things go bad. Yeah.
But tell me this. Are lowest tier luxury watches value? So what do you consider lowest tier luxury watch?
Isn't it amazing how only among watch guys would a $2,000 watch, $2,500 watch be considered like
garbage?
Cheap, you know? And I've had to think about that because, you know, I found myself like a friend, because they know I'm into watches. They go, "Oh, what are you wearing?" And I'm wearing something that, like, maybe it's a $900 watch or $1,000, $1,200, $1,500 watch. And I'll say, "Oh, it's just a cheap one." You know, and they're like, "How much?" I'm like, $1,500. And they're like, "That's not cheap." You know? So there's something wrong with us that we think that a $1,000 watch is a cheapie. Yeah, anyway. Where does it begin? I don't know. Normal people don't spend this kind of money. Normal people are buying Citizen watches, Seiko.
Why can't you? Let me ask you this. Why can't you just be happy with a Tudor Black Bay? Why can't you just say, "Yep, that's my watch. I'm done. Thank you."
Why couldn't you be happy with the 1016? Why couldn't you just been happy? Because
I was happy for many years.
Were you? And then what happened?
You know, I never realized there were secondhand watch shops. Did you ever realize there were secondhand watch shops?
Let me tell you who fucked up my life.
Sure.
Yeah, it was you. You did this. You
Okay.
did this to me. Yeah, you did this to me. Because no, I didn't think about any of this. I had a Rolex. You know, I've had a Rolex. I've always had a Rolex. But I was happy with my one little tiny dinky two-tone date, which I have now given to my son. So
Why did you want a Rolex? Can I ask you that? Let's go back in time. So you bought a Rolex two-tone date.
Yeah.
Why? So the yellow, gold, and steel, champagne dial.
Correct.
Why did you want a Rolex? Where did you get that feeling?
Well,
Did your grandfather have a Rolex? Did your father have?
No. Nobody was watch guys. Nobody was Rolex guys. No.
But these are men who used to park the black Buick in the parking lot, not in the garage.
Well, they used to park them in their reserved parking spot at their own company. You know, the reserved spot, reserved for the.
Do you miss those days of making locks and that there, or that's over?
No, I do not miss. That's kind of dirty, nasty, grubby, grimy, very hot.
Could that business have stayed active? Like if you would have exported it all to China or somewhere like that and made the locks there, could you have kept it going or what?
I think not, because it would have put it into a whole different price competitive range. You know, anything that the Chinese can do, they can just they don't need middlemen anymore. You know, like listen, I predicted yesterday, and I still believe this. I think that Switzerland better be thinking very long and hard about dismissing Chinese watches. We are very used to them being garbage, but they are catching up very, very, very fast. This is a Zen 104 homage, $300, and it's better than my Zen 104, which I have. So
let me ask you this: do you honestly think with the Chinese themselves there?
Yeah.
Do you really, really think to yourself, your business, was there a phase where it was make or break? Could you have kept it in America, or that was
the locks? You know what? You got to remember, I was very young. I was playing in that factory, you know, when I was like 7. My grandfather was running it, and then when I was in college, my uncle was running it. You know, and so it sort of was. It was petering out by the time I was in my mid to late 20s. But no, I liked what I did instead, which was publishing in dogs. You know, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed.
Would you ever thought that publishing would die? Did you ever think?
Nobody thought that. Who could have thought that? I mean, there've been newspapers have been the standby go-to news providers for, I don't know, like
hundreds of years,
300, 400 years, and they're all but gone, you know. So no, I would have never thought so. But
you know what the sad thing with newspapers is? I don't even want one. You know, like you go to a hotel, a fancy hotel, I don't even pick it up. I don't even want like my dad. I don't even want it. I don't even want it. Oh.
Well, I read the New York Times and the Wall Street Journal every day on my phone because I have the apps. So I keep in touch with the news and CNN, and sometimes I check to see what the enemy is doing. So I'll tune into Fox News, but I get it all on my phone. So that's where all the newspapers have gone. The newspapers have gone into your phone. So, but I'm telling you, the Chinese, we used to think that stuff when I was a kid, stuff made in Japan was garbage. Now some of the better stuff is made in Japan. Garbage is made in China, but tell you what, they're catching up fast. And I think it's going to be like the quartz crisis, only much, much worse. When the Chinese finally decide, hey, you know what, we're going to tackle the luxury market. 3 to 5 years, that's where they're going to be starting to make a dent. And companies like, the old houses, I think they're safe. Rolex, Omega.
By the way, did you hear the sad news? Chuck Norris died?
Yes, I did. But I'll tell you who's fucked. Tissot, Mido, that mid-level.
Mid-tier.
Yeah, even Christopher Ward. I just bought a watch. You know, they have the Trident Lumiere, which is made out of like solid carved blocks of lume. I bought a watch like that for $200 that has more lume than the Lumiere. And the Lumiere is $2,500. So I think that mid-range is going to be in a bit of trouble, because that's what China's going to attack first. But anyway, yeah, Chuck Norris, bit the big one and has gone to.
He was cool. He was always a cool guy. Chuck Norris, don't you think?
Fought the devil, and the devil won. Death came along, and death, took him. But happens to everybody, Archie. Happens to us. What are your final plans? What do you think? Cremation, burial. How do you want to be remembered? Do you have an epitaph for your tombstone picked out yet?
Look, I tell you honestly, I think I don't want my family to waste money or effort on. Just cremation's fine. Cremation's fine.
I want to be scattered all over my favorite beach, but I do not want to be cremated.
Why's that?
I just want my body parts scattered around the beach.
But you realize it's like this, right? Let me explain this to you. Once you're dead, that is not your living person. I've always been fearful of death and what happens if you're still alive, but they think you're dead.
Oh, yeah, buried alive. That's why they used to put like bells in the coffins.
Yeah, but I've got to tell you, I think when you're dead, you're dead. There's no.
The worms.
It's a vessel that we're in.
The worms.
You have it. It's very. We got a super chat. First super chat for the night. It's actually a member chat, I should say. Member for 30 months. That's loyalty. Super chat. Where have you been? This is from Hurricane. Look at that. Isn't that great?
It is true. We are 17 minutes in. And
I'm actually going overseas next week. I'm going to talk to you, Mr. Goldberg.
Yes,
you can start shows if you wanted to.
All right.
I'm actually thinking of, I must admit, we are 20 minutes in almost.
We are.
And it's not one super chat today. It's
very tough. Is it hard? Well, it started that way yesterday, but then wound up good, but unfortunately, partially due to the.
Yeah, it's very sad. Mike's a lovely guy. I honestly
he really
feel
is.
so bad for his.
Yeah.
He's a lovely guy. I've met him. He's like, oh, we got a super chat. Super chat.
From Hurtan.
Hurricane, look at this. Super chat. Super chat. You're pressing it or I'm pressing? You press it. I'll leave it alone.
All right.
Hurricane, $5. Archie, I will join any show that Goldberg can convince the Tingler to join.
Unfortunately, there are a couple of people in the Archie verse who have gone dark. The Tingler, Bear Clooney, Matt Stevens, Don Haynes. The peanut gallery has driven them right out, all of them. That's what happened. Now, it is true that we could get Terry, probably the Titmeister. JD might show up. I don't know. We shall see. I will endeavor to do it. I will be traveling a little bit myself, so there are
250 billion was wiped off the Australian share market.
Yeah, thank you, President Trump. And also inflation is going to run rampant because of the price of fuel is raising the price of food, transport. I just read that cruise ships are now charging customers an extra $20 per person per day for a fuel surcharge. Bunch of the cruise lines.
That is terrible, isn't it?
Yeah, well, it's just inflationary is what it is. And everything moves by truck. So... including, food. So the prices are going to zippity-doo-dah right on up again.
It's terrible. What do you think?
I think it's bad, and we have the Trumpmeister to thank for it. Meantime, he just has just been reported that he has decided he's calling all of our allies cowards and he's sending thousands of troops boots on the ground.
Do you think that was wise what he said to the Japanese?
No, it was stupid. But let me tell you, remember, Doc BBW predicted last night that Trump would be militarizing and sending boots on the ground. And in fact, here we are. That was just announced. Well, here's our our second actual super chat.
Hurricane, $5. Archie, thoughts on Patrick AD Never Calling's brother having a YouTube channel with 3 million subs? He's a big fan of yours, but Patrick gatekeeps him from sending you the link.
Don't send Archie a link. Don't do it. He won't be good for your show.
Look, you know what? I don't get involved. I don't care. I try my best. It doesn't matter. Whatever somebody feels comfortable with, I'm cool with.
Yeah. There you go. See, why do you don't need anybody else's show? You got your own.
Do you know they've introduced? I've got the perfect car for Kitten. They've introduced a Honda Prelude again.
That thing. I don't even really know what that is.
You don't remember the Honda Prelude?
I'm not a car guy. No, so no. But it's probably he does like a small sedan. He likes a small 4-door.
It's based on a Civic, but it's a lot more expensive, and it's a 2-door coupe.
He's driving a Chevy Cruze. I don't think he would mind a 2-door.
Would you ever? When do you want to replace that vehicle?
I don't know. He will be very upset. He will be. He will not. He does not like to change anything.
The Chevy Cruze in my country is considered one of the worst cars ever.
I don't think it's considered very good anywhere, but it's been reliable. It really has been trouble-free.
Wow.
You know, so anyway.
I suppose it's not fair for us to start telling him what he should do with his car. If we've got ideas, we can pay for it. If he wants to...
He's customized it. The whole interior is pink. He has custom fitted pink seat covers throughout. I mean, they look like they're factory original, and so the inside is like a lot of fuzzy things and pink. So, he's happy. That's all I care.
Tell me this, Marky. With the Trump situation, are you a Trump fan now, or are you anti?
Well, no. I'm angry. I go back. Listen, my feelings for Trump are connected directly to the Dow Jones Industrial Average and the S&P 500. So, however they feel about Trump, that is exactly how I feel about Trump. And right now, we're all angry. Super chat.
You're all angry. How angry?
Well, very angry. Well, yeah, because it keeps dropping. It's like, what did the market do today? Read the super chat, and I'll tell you in a minute.
Read the super chat. Here we go. Starchy, $2. The Chevy Cruze is better than a BMW. Now, Starchy, he's just delusional now. What's wrong with Starchy?
I don't know.
What's wrong, Starchy? What are you trying to do?
I don't know. I actually looked at the 3 Series BMW because it's the equivalent to the Genesis that I got, and I like the Genesis way better.
No, you mean the X3. You looked at the X3, not the sedan.
Oh, yeah, correct. That's true. I looked at the X3.
Oh, my super balance has come down. Fuck.
Your super. Oh, well, of course, because shares have come down. Dow Jones down from a high of like 50,000 plus.
What is this moron doing to me?
Yeah, I know, exactly. Anyway, here we are. Super duper.
Fuck! I'm seriously down.
You can't look at it. I try not to look at it. But yes, we're all down. Super chat. Trillions and trillions of dollars of superannuation and 401k value destroyed temporarily.
Hurricane, $2. AC3. Do you do less doggy style now? You have no Patek.
Oh, he's brutal.
He's brutal. I never really liked doggy style.
Really? Did it hurt when you did it that way?
I'm 53, guys. Make it easy. Make it easy.
Reverse cowgirl?
Look at Starchy here. A BMW 3 Series is an entry-level shitter. I don't own one. I don't care, Starchy. It doesn't matter to me now. I'm out of there.
Why don't we tell about the all-time high? Because
videos. My dad passed away a few years ago, and I have his Honda Prelude. There you go. There you go. Wow. Amazing.
The reason that we're not talking about the all-time high is because he fucked it up. I was very happy with him when it was at an all-time high. Absolutely. I was very happy with him. And then no sooner did he get it up where it belonged than he just fucked it right up. I'll be happy with him when it comes back. All right. But right now I'm mad. What can you do? Well, anyway, so yes, Chinese watches. That's where my head is at these days. But I think I'm not leading that charge. I believe that was invented really by AD Never Calling. Patrick decided to go Chinese.
I got Davey Smalls' message here. $5. $5. Davey Smalls, $5. If the new Supreme Leader can't come out from underground and has to release pre-recorded messages, is he really that supreme?
Maybe he's like one of the Supremes. Diana Ross and the Ayatollahs. I mean, don't get me wrong. Couldn't have happened to a nicer bunch of See You Next Tuesdays. Those I'm rating.
Do you want to engage in war? Is that what you want now?
Not really. You know, they executed that 19-year-old Olympic wrestler that was on their Olympic wrestling team.
Why is that?
I don't know. And he was beautiful because he protested against the regime, and they hanged him along with a bunch of others.
Joking.
Yeah, I think just yesterday, 19-year-old kid and one of their star athletes.
Here we go, cheap. $80.
You buy fake Italian watches. Banderai is coming. $80.
There we go, Chief Tit and $80 intro fee, and thanks to Ronnie. Contact will unbox later today. P.S. I'll never buy a faking Chinese watch, Goldberger.
You buy fake Italian watches? I bet you will. Yes, you will. You will one day be buying a Chinese luxury watch. I guarantee it.
Wow, there we go. Look at that. Thank you, Chief Tit. He's going to do an unboxing later on in the show.
Very nice.
Thank you so much.
Get on here and do it. Super chat.
Hurricane, $5. Shake, shake, shake. You got a friend in Curly. You got a friend in Mookie. Shake, shake, shake.
Super chat.
Black Cat 997, $5. I agree with Mark. I don't like the designs, but the newer San Martin non-homages have finishing and bracelets as good as Longines.
They do, and they're just finding their way. They're just starting. They're just finding their way into this. I mean, they're doing now. I don't know if they're using the old traditional horological methods of hand guilloche and hand engraving. That I don't know. Or if it's just molded or whatever. But I'm seeing some dials come out of China that are kind of ridiculously spectacular for the money. Super chat.
Super chat. Here we go. M Fizazzi, $2.50. Mark, Black Bay 54 versus Rolex 16570. Which is better quality?
Oh, come on. Like, okay, I do like a modern Tudor, and it is built to more robust tolerances than the 16570, but the 54 is too dinky. So if I have to take one, I'm taking the Rolex. But if you ask me which was higher quality, the 58, I'd have to tell you the 58 is higher quality, but the 16570 is more valuable, more precious.
Yeah.
But quality has to do with modern robustness.
I've got to be totally honest with you. You can't compare the two. The Rolex is just such a... Are we snobs? Are we brand name snobs or not?
Definitely. That's why you asked me, then you never let me answer, why I wanted a Rolex in the first place. And it was because I had just started to make some money at my work. I was achieving. And I thought I was a young Turk, a young captain of industry.
Was this at the lock place or the printing?
The publishing, locksmith publishing. And I was really turning that business.
Do you miss those days?
No. I'm training dogs full time at my own farm. I don't have partners. I don't have a board of directors to keep happy. They were very good to me, but you know, it's certainly more pressure when you're not working for yourself. Anyway, and there is one brand then and now which says I've made it, and that brand is Rolex. It is still the first aspirational brand. I mean, you know, nobody's coming up in business and going, you know what I'm going to do when I get that bonus, and I'm finally able to buy a good watch. I'm going to buy me a Royal Oak. You know, no. Everybody wants a Submariner. You get the Royal Oak after you've got three different Rolexes already. You know, then you
tell me this, Marky. You know, your customers like Mr. Cunningham. You know, the lock business. You'd have small independent hardware stores. You'd go and sell locks to them. Is that correct?
No, not really. No.
Mr. Cunningham, Happy Days, he had a hardware store
Yes,
before
exactly
Walmart came in.
I'm
See,
not
the
gonna say I
problem
didn't
is,
look, I went through various phases of the lock business, various phases. And yes, there was a time I never called on retail. I never called on retail establishments. I sold to wholesalers who sold. I sold to the guy who sold to Mr. Cunningham.
oh, wow. Is that right?
Yes, that is correct. But a couple of the guys that I sold to also had a retail shop as well as the wholesale shop. So anyway, all right, interesting
And
question.
what happened to
there,
most of those stores
Mr.
now? They don't exist. They were taken over by Walmart.
Well, no, the big box stores fucked up. There are not too many home or there's not
Home Depot.
big box stores like Home Depot and killed most of the independent hardware stores, which is a shame because they were cool.
They were good guys.
Yeah, for sure. Yes. Well, Mr. Cunningham. Super chat.
In Happy Days, he was 47. The character was 47.
I know, crazy, younger than us. I don't know at what point it happened, but you'll notice this soon, Archie. The doctors, the lawyers, the policemen, like everybody in authority.
Oh, he's younger than you.
Yes. I'm like, what
I
the
know.
fuck did
Yes.
that
Yeah.
happen?
No. That's how that boat has sailed.
Some of them look like children to me.
Yes. Yes.
Yes. All right, read the super chat.
Paratan, $5. Mark, what % of Rolex men would you say prefer Doggy to Archie's favorite position, missionary? Like, why does he enjoy the starfish so? Is he a Longines guy?
I can only speak for myself, and I'm afraid to. But I feel like a Rolex man likes to be off the bed, in a dominant position, and you want to talk about doggy style. I believe more in seeing how much of the Kama Sutra you can get done in one night. Christ, we got to change the topic. Okay, member chat.
Held your Strand, member for 5 months. David SW. Every man needs a Rolex. Do you think that's true? Rolex is the greatest brand. I think the best thing about Rolex is the waterproofing. That's what made it last.
It's robust. You can knock it. Listen, you can live in a Rolex. Any Rolex. I mean, a precious metal one, you're going to mark it up. But that being said, you can live in any Rolex. We missed a super chat according to Starchy. Hang on, buddy. We'll find it. Oh, let's see. That's what he's telling me. Oh, here we go. Super chat.
Super stat. Chachi, $2. Tim is crushing you in super chats right now. Hey, that's what happens, man. That's the way it goes.
Like I said, the children take over. Now, wait, Archie, think strongly. If I were you, I would just, up to you, but I would put them full screen. Go take a toilet break.
Do it.
Turn off your camera, Arch.
Missionary position? You think those flabby arms can support that fat fuck? Get the fuck out of your missionary position. That's too much of a hard work. You can't even do one fucking push-up. Imagine him just lying there and let the fucking woman cowgirl him. Even reverse cowgirl. Get the fuck out of your missionary position. He can't even do half a fucking push-up. By the way, Tim White's doing well. And he's not fucking exploiting someone's fucking death. Anytime his channel does well with someone fucking dies. Too soon. Get the fuck out of here. Goldberg, you tell people that you go after Bateman saying he's got no fucking life? You're here every fucking day. What does it say about you, you fucking fag? You fucking fag. You come on here for fucking some validation. Maybe I do that too. What the fuck? What the fuck do I know? Fucking married to a fucking tranny? You started dating her when she was fucking underage. Davey Smalls, how you going, buddy? I can go on and on and on. Seriously. Let's see who can outlast who. Maybe they can win. What the fuck do I know? By the way, the Jews are fucked. Absolutely fucked. You think you might be right, Goldberg. Your sons are your brothers. So we're stuck here watching fucking Archie and Goldberg. Goldberg with his main character syndrome. Get the fuck out of here. I've had enough of this. I want HR to come back. I'm not going to drop the N-word, Ken. Ken, you're my favorite gay character in the Archieverse. Yes, you are. We've got Darth Nagan. We've got a quiet taste. By the way, 95 is a good age, Mike the Snake. I'm sorry, condolences to your mum, but she's fucking 95. My father's 92. He was glad to fucking go. So was I. It was a pain in the fucking ass. Now he's a fucking multi-millionaire, Mike the Snake. She just fucking died for the last fucking 6 years. Sorry she had to go, but best thing that fucking happened to her. No pain, no suffering. We don't have to fucking hear about your mother all the time, Mike the Snake. You came on yesterday all fucking giddy. You probably...
Okay, we're back. We're back, Marky.
Yeah, no, you did good. I feel like you did very well, yeah. And and it just really goes to show you that Narc is just not all that interesting if he has nobody to feed off of. You turn your camera back on.
He's boring as fuck, isn't he?
Yeah, no, he's just not that interesting. But I will say, a very interesting thing was how juicy he talks. Like
I lasted you, Mark.
No, you can't bring him back now. See, it's unless we disappear. Like you can't engage with him. You can't. You cannot give him mother's milk. He's done, or we give him more time. Your choice, but don't give him what he wants. But anyway, I was going to say he talks super juicy. I think he's wearing dentures, and they're coming loose on him. You can hear saliva pooling in his mouth. Very juicy, loose dentures. They're either ill-fitted or he needs to put them back in or use a little more denture cream. Anyway, link for Terry. Do we have the link? Let's put the link in. Yeah, there we go. And listen, guys, if you want less of me, we need more of you. So come on this panel, and I'll shut the fuck up.
We got a super chat. M Fizazzi, €2.50. The Z Blue Milgauss versus OP41 as a one and done. You'd have to go Z Blue.
Yeah. Ooh. No.
Unless you've got a decent color.
Yeah. See, if I could have my what you call it? If I could have my Tiffany one, yeah, I would just go with that. Yeah, because I don't like a Milgauss. There's people. What is it? Is it the 70th anniversary or the 75th?
You know what I felt? Let me say this to you. Because I've owned two Milgausses. When I had the one which had the GV glass, the green tint.
Yeah. That was the cool one.
It felt like you're stuck underneath in a box. You're trying to scratch your way out because you're stuck in like a coffin or stuck in a little box.
Was it like
I just felt sorry for it. You know what I mean?
Like when you were in the shark cage? Super chat.
Yeah, something like that, Marky. Super chat. We got Mac Lobster. $5, Mark. Do you reckon Kitten or the Genesis will be traded in first for a younger model?
Oh, I know exactly what's going to happen. It's definitely going to be the Genesis.
Ronnie Paul joining us. Ronnie Paul, long time no see.
How's it going, guys?
I'll finish the super
How
chat.
are you, Ronnie Paul?
Busy as hell.
I sold the BMW. You disappointed?
Actually, it was a good move. It was a good move.
Why you say that, Ronnie Paul?
Because they tend to go bad after a few years, right?
Yeah, I had no problems with it. It was coming up for needing transmission service. It's got the ZF transmission. It needed new brakes. I hadn't done it. I had 40,000 miles, 60,000 kilometers. What do you use in Canada? Kilometers or miles?
Kilometers, man. We're under the same system.
Okay, 63,000 kilometers. Never did the brakes. They were still okay.
Right.
But that's coming up, and that'd be a couple $1,000 on that sort of car.
Well, how many years did you have it for?
4 years, just under 4.
So what do you super chat? Oh, it's Tan. Get on this call.
Hurricane, $5. Ronnie Paul, my dude, how you been? He crashed and died in the Pantera. Is gold gonna rebound or what, man? Gold gonna rebound or what?
It'll rebound. I'm not worried about it. So, anyways, dude, what's going on with the watch hobby?
Look, I tell you honestly, Ronnie Paul, I've actually been downsizing. I got rid of one of my Breguets, another one. I've only got one left. I'm down to 5 pieces. The market is changing, Ronnie Paul. It's very tough. Your Rolex, what are you were going to get a gold Rolex. Did you ever do that?
I didn't, man. I ended up getting a Daytona, a black one, the black dial with the black dial, not the Panda, the other one.
Yep. You
I
bought
ended
that
up
on the
getting that.
secondary market, didn't you? You can't
Yeah,
get that
I
on
got
that.
that. I got it secondhand. Yeah,
How many watches
I'm
now,
happy with
Ronnie
it.
Paul?
Oh, so now I have 4. So I have the Daytona. I still have the Yachtmaster 2.
Yeah.
I got the Hulk,
Yeah.
and I got the Sea Dweller, the SD43.
Oh, you got rid of a few.
I did. I got rid of the No Date Sub, which was the new 41. I got rid of my James Cameron, which was a new one also. It was a 2021. And then I also unloaded my GMT Black. That's gone.
Are you sad to see it go, or do you think it's just time to? The market's fucked.
So the only one I was sad to see go really was the Sub No Date. That was a really nice watch.
Yeah, 41.
And that
That's a lovely.
yeah, but I needed that. I needed to get rid of that so that I could move into the Daytona, right? So that's where I'm at.
Tell me this, Ronnie Paul. Paul, what's happening? You investing? Have you still got the Hellcat, the car?
Yeah,
You still
man.
got the car?
About a year ago or two, I posted up a video from the gas station with the car. You saw that, didn't you?
Yeah. Would you sell it now? Are you getting out of it, or how do you feel?
Man, the new cars that are coming out, they're just poorly made. And to tell you the truth, I'm still going around with mine, and when I go to gas stations, I'm still being asked if I'd like to sell it.
What's it worth? You reckon?
I think I could. You see, the gas prices right now are really bad, but if the gas prices weren't that bad, I think I could sell it for maybe between 20 and 25,000 Canadian.
Well, it's not a lot, really, is it?
Yeah, but it's a 17-year-old car, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So, I mean, I still have low kilometers on it. I only have 132,000 kilometers on the engine, on everything actually. So it's still in good. It's still in really good shape. It's in no problems. I'm not having any engine problems. Transmission is a manual. That's still going.
Yes.
I mean, I'm happy. Right now, it's in storage. Right, I haven't been driving it. I don't get to take it out until the 1st of April.
No, because of the snow and that there.
And the salt, yeah. And this winter was really bad, man. It was tons of snow this year and tons of salt.
So what do they say when they put it up on the hoist, they look underneath and say, "Fuck"? What do they say?
So I had to go and take it in a couple of times because I remember I told you I had to get like the airbag replaced.
Oh yeah,
it was
the
on the
recall.
recall.
Yes.
Right. So when they had it in, and when I went to pick the car up, the guy was filling out the paperwork, and he just said clean.
That's what he said.
That's what he said. He just said clean when he was filling it out. So he says that's really nice. Have you, would you be interested in selling it? And I said no, I'm going to keep it. So I'm keeping the car, man. I'm not gonna.
See, the problem, all you need is one season, and it's ruined. Then, isn't it?
You mean to drive it in the winter?
Yeah.
So it's still it's still all galvanized, right, underneath.
Yeah.
So I think I could probably get like I could drive it for 2 or 3 years, but through 2 or 3 seasons. But I'd say by about the 2nd or 3rd season, you'd start to see a lot of surface rust. Just like on the surface. But that's not something I would drive in the winter, man. It's rear-wheel drive, right? So it's not going to hold.
Huge horsepower.
Yeah, it's just not going to hold.
Have you bought a place for yourself? You've got your own apartment. Do you own your own apartment? Or no,
man. No, I don't.
Prices are coming down in Canada. What's happened to the apartment market in Canada?
So a lot of the apartments that were built here, they're all they're investment type condos. So they're kind of awkwardly shaped and they're really small, right? I mean, it's almost like living in a hallway in some of them. So they were all built for investment, and nobody wants to buy them from the investors. So the condo market in Toronto is really bad these days, and a lot of these investors are trying to get out of their condos and sell them, and nobody wants to buy. So it's really bad. And now it's even hitting the housing market.
But is that a good time to buy then? You do the opposite to what the market does? Like, would you get out of gold?
Okay, so hold on. So I remember back about 3 or 4 years ago, some of these condos were going for about $700,000.
Yes.
I think in downtown Toronto, I think you can probably start to find them now between 350 and 4. To me, that's still too. To me, that's still too much. To me, I think this can go down further. I think you should be able to get one of these shit boxes for between 200 and 250. Easy.
Would you buy one?
Well, I'm like you. I'm 53 years old. So I'm looking to retire in the next 7 years. So to go and buy one of those things right now.
Dude, Ronnie Paul, can I say this to you?
Yeah, sure.
I've had the realization, right? I am fucking unemployable. Ronnie Paul, I am fucking unemployable. Let me tell you this, okay? And I say this nicely. Fuck me dead. I've just realized, like, I still feel like I'm 37, okay? I feel like
I feel the same way.
But, you know, when you start, when you start, look, my business has had I'll tell you honestly, Ronnie Paul, why did I get rid of the BMW? I didn't hate it. I love the car, okay?
All right.
Sure, it's flawed. It's got some plastic bits, but you know what? You can, there are worker, it's like anything. Like your car itself is not renowned for quality.
Right.
However, you've been very, very good to it. And if something plays up, you immediately get it seen to, correct?
Right, that's correct. Yeah, preventative maintenance.
That's what you do with the BMW. But the problem with me is, I went from making 100,000 US to making 30,000 US. I made 30 last tax year, 30,000 US dollars. Right now, let me explain it to you.
Yeah.
Well, there's not much tax on that. Okay, there's not much. tax
you're the bare minimum. So you'd be.
But what I'm trying to say to you is, I want to say to you, when I need to replace tires and they're $550 each Canadian a tire, brakes on the BMW. The last, I was always very good to the car. The brakes have got 63,000 kilometers. They still got a couple mils left. They're like, he didn't say, the BMW did an inspection. They didn't say, we'll replace it. They just said, oh, it's okay at the moment. It's okay. But it won't go on forever. That'd be a couple $1,000s. You need to do pads and rotors at the same time. Ronnie Paul, I got rid of a lot of watches. I'm paying down the HELOC. You know why?
No.
Business is over.
You're paying down the HELOC. Yeah. Yeah, the free
I sold 100. Ronnie Paul, I've only got 5 watches left now. I've got the Explorer 2, the Speedy, the Zenith, the Pam, and 1 Breguet. That's it.
Oh, so you still have a Breguet?
1 Breguet, 1 Breguet, 1 gold Breguet.
It's not the type. It's not the Type 21, is it?
No. It's the Tradition. You know the Tradition one.
Oh, okay. Okay. So that's
kind of that was the nicest one. I'll be honest with you. That's the most valuable, the most nicest one. But Ronnie Paul, as you said, we're old now. You know what I mean? I'm unemployable. Like seriously, can I go back into a career? I'm too old to start a trade like plumbing or electrician. Right? Too old. Yeah. Too old to join the police or the army. We just okay.
Right.
Too old to really do another degree.
You're gonna have to. The only thing I can think of is you have to start some kind of a business, your own business.
Ronnie Paul, I don't want to jeopardize the capital I've got. I'd rather keep that in the.
Listen, do you still have the condo?
I do.
Is that bringing in money?
Well, it's got a mortgage on it, Ronnie Paul. But we haven't had the crash.
What if you sold it?
Ronnie Paul, we don't have a crash. It's still going up and up and up. That apartment is like 900 now.
900,000. How many more years do you have to pay?
Well, Ronnie Paul, it doesn't matter. The loan is about 25% of the value.
Okay.
So
So
the ratio is very. I've done very well. The problem is if you sell it, I've got to pay capital gains tax on the profit.
right.
You know, but I don't want to sell it because Ronnie Paul, I don't want to sell it. I'll just hold it. The market in Australia is very different.
Yeah, Canada's is bad.
You know what I mean? It's a very different market. It's I've got to be honest with you, Ronnie Paul. I'm really washed up. It's over for me. Okay, Ronnie Paul. I'm serious. I'm not trying to be nasty. I'm 53.
Right.
I came from IT. What's happened with IT is the last contract job in IT I had was September 2014.
Right.
12
Yeah.
years
No,
ago,
I
Ronnie
remember.
Paul.
Yeah,
Right,
I
you know what,
remember.
Ronnie
I
Paul?
remember that. What's up?
That's a fucking lifetime ago. 12-year employment
Yeah.
gap, right? And they don't want someone who's 53. They want someone who's 33. Do you understand?
Right.
Ronnie Paul, I'm actually going to overseas for 2 months next week.
Where are you going?
Vietnam and China.
Conkers? Well, I got my
Hong Kong's
boss is
expensive.
actually my boss is actually in Vietnam.
Yeah, I'm going to
He went for-
Hanoi, and I'm going to take this some trips. I might go to China as well because it's very close.
Sure,
But
for
Ronnie
you it
Paul-
is, not for me.
Ronnie Paul. No, well, once you're in Vietnam, it's close to China. You see what I mean?
Sure.
Ronnie Paul.
Yeah.
Ronnie Paul, it's fucked. We're old. We're not young anymore. So
Yeah.
you wouldn't buy a house because what's the point in buying something, right? Unless it's a bargain,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
How's the gold
Right.
going? The stacking going?
Oh, so, man, I stacked a lot since I've last spoken with you, and I was flying really well at around when it was over $5,000 at around. I think the highest it reached about 3 months ago. It hit 54 US, 5,400. Then it took a dive down to 4,500 US, and then within the next 2 weeks, it started going back up, and it was sitting pretty at 5,000 for the last couple of weeks. And then all of a sudden, I think 2 nights ago, it just dropped something like 340 US dollars overnight.
Would you cash out?
No. See, I've been buying this stuff since 2012, so I know what the market is like and how gold reacts. And I'm still ahead. You know how much I was buying it for? I was buying an ounce for between 15 and 1600 US. And now it's selling for like say 4,400 US. So I'm still in the money. In fact, I'm well in the money right now. And to tell you the truth, with the war that's going on and all of the inflation that's going on too, they're talking about hyperinflation. I just think this is a dip. That's all it is.
Ronnie Paul, tell me this. Do you think I was a Trump supporter. I don't understand why the fuck he picked a fight with Iran.
I don't know either, but there's some controversy there with that, and I don't know if you want to invite that controversy.
Yeah, no, it's just great. It's madness. It's madness. It's like it's just lunacy. I mean, fuck me dead. As if we don't have enough problems with Ukraine and Russia.
Right.
Yet alone the Middle East. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I got a question for you. Do you think BB is still alive?
Who?
He was just on TV today.
Yeah.
Oh, are they not saying it's like an AI faker or anything like that, are they?
Who knows?
You don't know?
Nope.
I got to be honest with you. I think look, it's a very, very, I tell you what I think is, I've just been watching a lot of videos on drones in Ukraine. It's no longer about having battleships or, it's these drone technology is fucking nasty. It's so cheap and lethal. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, it's
the war,
different times, man.
Yeah, but I must admit, America, I wouldn't really want to anger America, but would you want to anger America? Like,
not really, no.
You become the 51st state if you. And
Yeah.
apparently we're very easy to anger these days.
But Ronnie Paul, for me, I'm looking at. I'll be honest with you. I want to go to Vietnam and see if I can just set up a cheap base there. You know what I mean?
Like,
I like the
yeah,
food.
man. I mean, there's a lot of Canadians that are thinking the same thing. They're packing up, and they're moving out, man. They're going to Vietnam, Thailand, Philippines, South
Thailand's not
America.
as cheap as it used to be. Thailand, I must admit, is not as cheap as it used to be.
You know what
Cambodia,
they're saying is Peru is really popular now.
it's a little dangerous parts of it.
Hurricane, $5. $5. Archie
Super.
just spoke to Plastic. He said you're embellishing the value of your apartment. He said 225 tops. He's here to now. The last person I would talk to is Plastic, because Plastic had 10 houses and he sold the lot. There you go. That's Plastic's wisdom.
Oh,
What went
really?
wrong with Plastic had a lot of property. The market in Australia is absolutely crazy. I'll be honest with you. It is
Mhm.
nuts. But that's not to say it'll always be nuts. It's fucking crazy. It is fucking. That apartment is also, it's an older build. It's not a new build. It's like on a big block of land. It's not a, like a, as you described it, they maximized the number of apartments they could build by making them awkward shapes in that, right?
Yeah, right.
This is an old double brick type of, it's only a 3-story building. It's on a big block. There's only 10 apartments on the block, if you know what I'm saying, right? So it's kind of, it's not, you would never build something like that now because the land is so valuable. So it's a very
Right.
different type of thing. But I've got to tell you something, Ronnie Paul. I don't think I'm employable anymore. Ronnie Paul, at 53,
Yeah.
I've basically, with my YouTube videos, I didn't have big tits and I wasn't female. So I've made some controversial videos, which is basically poison any job.
One of those statements is true.
Any job aspirations I have is I'm unemployable, Ronnie Paul. I can't
Archie,
get a job.
I don't know what to say to you, man.
Nobody does. Are you sure about the big tits? Are you sure? I feel like
Ronnie
you could
Paul, what
qualify.
the fuck do I do? I'm not ready to retire. I need to keep going.
Yeah, you're gonna have to keep trudging it out.
Why do you think I got rid of the BMW? Because I didn't want to pay for the repairs coming up, and I thought, you know what? Get rid of it. I got 39,000 for it.
Well,
it
wait
was
a minute.
81, right? I paid 81. I got 39, right?
Yeah.
If I kept it longer, I'd get even less. You know how it is.
Yeah.
Just get rid of it whilst it still had a year of service pack on it. I thought, just fuck it off.
Ronnie Paul, can you explain to me? Well, maybe you can explain to me, how Archie traveling
is helping the situation. Yes.
Even in Southeast Asia, where it's cheap, how that's cheaper than staying home. Can you explain that one to me?
I'm bored. I'm going insane here, Mark. I'm going insane. I want to do something. I want to see places. I want to do something.
Didn't you buy an Audi?
That's my wife's car.
Well, what are you driving?
I don't need. Unemployed people don't need a car.
Oh, I thought you had a Civic.
I gave that to my youngest son. He drives that. It's his car now.
Oh, so why don't you get one of those electrical bikes?
No, I don't need anything. I'm leaving for Vietnam. I'm looking at. I am looking at going to Vietnam.
But Vietnam has got very short visas. Cambodia, you can stay much longer.
Well, I'm going. I could get a 5-year Chinese visa. That's another thing I'm looking at.
What's the visa? Is it like 30 days in Vietnam? It's not a real long visa.
No, you can get 3 months if you apply for a visa. I get because I got a British passport. I get a 30-day on arrival. Okay.
Yes, yeah, same for us. But you have to jump through it. You make sure you bring your passport pictures. There's stuff you have to do when you arrive there for that visa.
Sorry.
The stuff you have to do, like I discovered, I don't know, maybe it's the difference between your passport and mine, but I had a flight from Thailand to Vietnam booked. I did go, but at the last second, I discovered and I needed to bring passport photos with me because there was you have to apply for the visa on arrival. It's not just a stamp. They send you to a different part of the airport to apply for that, a visa on arrival, and you need passport photos with you and some documentation to do it. So I was able to get that done last minute, but just double check that you don't need.
Okay. I got some passport photos. I always travel with some. I'll take them with me. Ronnie Paul, life is not good once you're in your 50s. How do you feel about it?
I mean, dude, financially, I'm doing pretty good. So, I mean, I'm not having any sleepless nights. Are you having sleepless nights?
No, because I reduced my debts. I got rid of the car. I got rid of I got a HELOC 18 months ago, which basically gave me 150,000. I had to do some repairs to the apartment. I put 50 into the apartment.
Yeah.
And I've got 80,000 in reserve there. I don't need, so that means I don't have to make a payment. You know what I'm saying? I've got that.
Yeah, I know.
I actually bought watches with it. I bought watches thinking that would help my business, but it did nothing. So I sold the lot.
Yes, because buying multiple
watches are going down in value. Ronnie Paul, watches are really dangerous as an investment. They're not an investment anymore.
So listen, I kind of,
Do you want one of these hot bars?
What?
I can't hear him. What's he saying? He's incoherent.
His wife is yelling at him, and he's muted himself. That's what's.
Oh, okay.
Ronnie Paul, the market is very bad now. You know what I mean?
So check this out. I'm hearing a lot of stories that what had happened back when COVID was going on, that the United States was very lax with some of the support payments that were going out to businesses, during closures and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And apparently what was happening was a lot of individuals were applying for those loans.
There was a lot of fraud.
And falsifying on the applications that they had owned a business prior and that they needed the loans to pay for the closure of the business. And at that time, the US government, IRS or whatever, was not doing audits, and they were not doing background checks on the validity of these businesses. And some of these individuals were scamming like over $100,000 in these support payments from the government. And I'm thinking that what was happening, obviously, is that a lot of these people were taking that money and they were buying luxury goods with it. And that's one of the reasons why the prices in the watch hobby
I knew you were eating. I could hear you eating.
went up so high and went up so fast. But apparently what's going on now is that the IRS has now started doing audits of all these people who made these applications. And they're finding out now that a lot of it was fraudulent. So what the IRS is doing is they're sending subpoenas via sheriffs in the counties where these people are located, and they're coming up to their front doors and serving them with court dates.
Excuse me.
And one of the conditions with the court date is either A, you on the court date you show up with the money you owe us, or B, the next stage is to deliver you a guilty verdict and how long you're going to be going to prison for, a prisoner's debt. So a lot of people are panicking about this, and apparently somewhere on the net there is an actual list that has all of these people's names on it who are being charged with was it wire fraud, I think they call it?
Well, I mean, look, this is the whole thing. You've got to be very careful how you apply for any of this shit. If you do things with bad intentions, what do you expect will happen? You honestly cannot think that's a bad thing. The government's about time they looked after things. But
No.
Ronnie Paul, I think the whole thing is money's not cheap. Money used to be 2% money, now it's 6%. You understand? Interest rates are not cheap. Cost of living has exploded in the last 5-6 years.
Going up right
let
now
me-
because of gas.
Chief,
You want another one?
we got Chief
Archie.
Tit doing an unboxing. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, he's doing an unboxing.
Well,
Yes. Yes, he
unmute
is.
yourself when it
Soon.
quiets down over there.
Tell us
Triple H.
what's the future for you, Ronnie Paul? Oh, here we go.
Let's go. Let's see
I'm
what
gonna
he's
do it.
got.
Do
Want to
it.
see what I got? Okay, ready?
Ready.
Is
Get
it-
it
is it-
happening.
Is it actually? Can you see
What's
it?
vintage
get-
Rolex?
Can we get rid of the milk?
Absolutely.
5-digit. Look at this.
Is that 2% or whole milk?
2%.
2%. Margarita just told me.
Do you
All right,
do
can you see it? Okay, here we go.
Yeah, we see that. We see the milk.
So ready? Here it is. Now,
Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, look, booklets.
It says GMT Master 2. Look at that.
Yeah, these are booklets in case you don't know how to wind a watch. They will tell you how to do that. You know, their old watches made more sense because they were at least compact. Now they're big and take up room.
It's a nice little box, isn't it? It's only small compared to this modern shit. Ah,
There's the chamois, the deerskin wrapper.
That's right.
Actual chamois.
This is like the strip tease.
Now just pretend that it's a 65-year-old woman with a vacuum cleaner.
Absolutely. Hold on.
Is it dry? Is it dry?
Can
in
you
there, or is
can
it-
you describe the smell of the box for Archie?
Yeah, lick it.
Ah, ready?
Smells like a winner.
Smells like old leather and lace.
Oh my goodness, look at it. It's got all of the tags. Look. It's even got the little
Tag.
plastic thing around the bezel.
A Tag Heuer.
Oh, you
wow.
still have the
diesel
the
protector.
bezel protector.
That's right. Bezel
Look
protector.
at that. Huh?
Wow.
The
look at this.
bezel. The
Bring it
bezel
out.
condom.
Bring it out.
Is it a
underneath.
holes case?
No hold
no.
case.
It's got the little extra links.
Ah,
It's got
look
the
at that.
thing.
They
The
didn't
little
pinch the
thing.
link.
You know, see with the little thing on
Yeah.
So it's a 2000. It's a 2004. It's got all the little guarantees and all the
It's got the
bullshit.
little hollow
It's
center.
got a
link.
solid end link, a solid
Solid.
end link bracelet.
That's right. Exactly, Archie Poo. It's got the
Hollow-
solid end link. Look.
hollow center links.
And look, you're not going to believe where this originally came from.
Abu Dhabi.
Unbelievable. Right?
Jalalabad.
Ready? Watch.
Da-da-da-da.
We can't read it from here.
Rolex.
Ah, it's from Greece,
Yes.
Athens.
It's from Athens. Of all the places in the world for it to come from my place, Athens. Unbelievable.
There's a
So
lot of
I
fake
love it. I absolutely friggin' love it.
So you wearing it these days?
I only got it yesterday.
Oh, okay. So it's brand new.
Brand new to me. And here's the watch. Look at it.
Nice.
5-digit. And what's the? Oh, and you're wearing the Tudor sub on the other wrist.
I'm rating the chip because you know what? I wanted to see how it felt because it's the same sort
Yeah.
of style. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
And I thought I'd show you guys this. This is the Tudor that I've had,
Ah, yeah. Look at that.
and it's significantly bigger. You know,
bigger and
it's like
bigger and beefier.
it's beefier. It's more like
The
the
Tudor's
current-
beefier.
Yeah, because it's more like this. This is the latest Explorer 2,
Yeah.
right? So if you put them all up against each other, sort of thing, you'll see what I mean. You see how it's quite dainty
Yeah.
in comparison. It's more
Yeah,
like
It's
yeah.
dainty.
this, which is the Tudor from 75, and this is 2005. So it hasn't really changed much. You can tell the real difference between those maxi case versions that came out later, even the bluesy, right? So the bluesy even makes it look like a midget
Yeah.
compared to this.
Yeah.
Now I'm
Yeah,
going to
but
tell you
that's the
something. Mark.
appeal. Yeah.
Remember Mark was telling us the other day, Arch, how he so much prefers these later sort of versions. I love this old stuff that's sort of dainty and the old.
Well, because you have that dainty little chicken bone wrist.
Yes, it's true, but it is what it is. It is what it is. Look, You see, and they're very comfortable. It feels like you're wearing nothing, and I absolutely love it. Absolutely love it, Archie Poo. You know.
Yeah.
But it's interesting how you've got this one with this. This is an interesting comparison. You know. Because this really is more of a comparison to this model than this would be to the new Maxi Pepsi sort of BLRO $35,000 thing. Because this one here still has the aluminium bezel, doesn't have the ceramic bezel, you know?
Mac Lobster, $2. Wear and do doggy in good health, Chief Tit. Look at that.
Yes, thank you, my friend McLobster.
What a beautiful,
Chiefo.
beautiful piece.
Yes, he's drinking milk.
Whilst drinking milk, that's right. Jeez.
Mother's milk.
No,
What
it's
a
not
beautiful-
mother's milk.
Yeah.
Archie, speaking about Pepsi, what do you think? Do you think they discontinued the Pepsi?
No way.
Mark?
Yeah, no, I don't think so.
What's this? What's all this talk that it's not showing up on the catalog or on the website?
Yeah, because that's true, and I think they're just delivering very, very few of them. And
You think that's what it is?
yeah, yes,
Yeah. I tend to agree with you, Marky.
So listen, I have the Yachtmaster 2. What do you guys think of the apparent new Yachtmaster 2 that's coming out?
Look, I think they're both. The Yachtmaster 2 is a big, bulky sort of thing. I love it. It's a fantastic watch. It's
but what about the reincarnation?
But that's guesswork. That's a guess. It's, once again, it's a rumor. It's a fleeting bit of a rumor.
Exactly.
Your watch has an actual. Your watch actually, Ronnie Paul, has one of the few useful Rolex complications, because that regatta timer at a 10-minute timer is exactly how long a frozen pizza takes in the oven. So, quite frankly, really the only useful Rolex there is.
Awesome. Listen, Mark,
Tool watch.
what Rollies do you have in your collection these days?
So, let's see. What do I have? Good question. I had a 43 millimeter Redline Sea Dweller, but I sold that.
When'd you get rid of it?
Very recently, like maybe 3-4 months ago. Like 4 months.
What was the replacement?
I haven't replaced it with anything yet. But okay, I have an all in 40 millimeter. I have a full gold sub, blue.
Nice.
Dial. Yeah. I have a Hulk also. I'd love.
You still have that? Good.
Yeah, I do. I'd love that watch. And then I have just a regular black ceramic Submariner.
Oh, you really pared down.
Well, no, I'm not done yet. I'm still going.
Okay.
I have a Panda Daytona.
Okay. Yeah.
I have a Polar Explorer, the new one.
Okay.
I have three OP41s.
Okay.
Green.
You got the Tiffany?
Green, Tiffany, and the dark blue. The
What's up, people?
Yeah.
Hello, Owen. How are you?
I'm good.
And
Congratulations, there, Chief Tit.
maybe that's.
Oh, he's gone. Oh, there he is.
That is a lovely collection he has.
It's an amazing
Hi, Ronnie
little
Paul.
collection.
Nice to meet
Look at
you
this,
here.
amazing. I
James-
love
James
it.
Yeah,
I
you've
love
got
it.
it all laid out.
I have the James Cameron.
Yeah, you still have that too.
I do.
Okay.
I like it. I actually liked it. It's weird because it's much bigger than the 43 millimeter Sea Dweller, but I like it better.
Right.
Crazy.
Really?
I do. Super chat.
Super chat, flip mode, $10. Beautiful Rolex. Congratulations. That is a 5-digit dream.
$10.
$10. $10. Sorry.
We'll leave it up there a second because it's $10. Yeah. Anyway,
Chief Tits, congratulations.
Thank you very much, Erwin.
how's that donut? Is that donut a celebrity?
It's a hot cross bun, you
Hot crust bun. Hot crust
Is it-
bun for
oh,
Easter.
It's Easter.
fucking heathen. He called it a donut.
Well, please remember I'm Jewish, so sorry about the whole Christ killing thing, but I'm
So
not
if you
down.
could sort of like mucking around with it, sort of like this bit like this. Look at that. The Explorer with the Pro.
Yeah.
Yes.
Very, very nice.
And
Nice
then-
collection there.
Oh, I forgot the GMTs. Ronnie Paul, I have 3 GMTs. I forgot those. I have a root beer, a Sprite, and a Pepsi.
So what are you wearing the most these days?
Shitters.
Wow.
You're not even wearing the. You're not.
Mostly
I got to
not
be honest
wearing
with you. I haven't been wearing mine around the office much
Yeah,
either.
I just haven't been wearing the rollies much.
Yeah.
But yeah, I need to go. I need to start rotating them again. Probably I need to go put the Hulk on. But
Ronnie Paul, are you scared of ageism, being forced out of your job?
That's a very, that's a good
industry?
question, man. I mean, that's
what's your
legit.
industry?
But
what kind of industry?
So you
are
what?
I'm in finance.
I see.
I'm in finance for a big bank.
Well, hopefully you've got all the
You're pretty
contacts.
safe then, wouldn't
Yeah.
you be, Ronnie Paul? You know what you're doing.
Well, we'll see how it goes, right?
Kids
I
today.
mean, these days you got to take it year by year.
You might wake up and have a 25-year-old boss.
I must admit,
man,
Ronnie
I don't-
Paul,
I
at
don't
least
really
you're
think-
not getting. At least you're not silly enough to settle yourself with a huge mortgage at this time.
I thought you were going to say I wasn't silly enough to get married.
Have you been married?
No.
Smart man. Smart man. No, really. You should be at this stage in life. Don't fuck around. You should rent. Don't buy.
Yes.
Absolutely. $10. Super chat.
Big
Archie,
Meech,
read it.
$10. Thank you for your $10.
It's nasty and vicious.
Interesting.
You got 2 Pam there.
Holy mackerel, he's putting the whole thing out. Can you go through each one and tell me what you got? Look at, they're even falling over.
They're exploding out of the friggin' box.
Listen, are they milk proof? What is their milk resistance level?
I don't know. Well, that's the thing. I pressure tested them before I got them out.
Yeah, be careful of the Pam because you cannot really put a Pam in a glass of milk.
Yeah, very funny.
Oh, that one almost went.
It really wants to die.
This one.
Got you.
look,
All right.
they're lovely. Look at
Look at
this
you.
special.
Look, he's got all those G.I. Joes on the table all at once.
It's all here. Look at that. On this side, and look at on this side.
Where's the Breitling?
Oh, I've got the Breitling collection in the cupboard still.
Where it belongs. I do like a Breitling, though. I have too many of them.
Oh, and this one.
Hey, guys,
Holy moly.
how's the Wrangler doing these days?
You missed him. He was,
He
on,
was
yesterday.
on yesterday. He's doing okay.
Yeah. What's in his collection? Anything new?
A couple of Gerard Perregaux,
Oh my God.
old ones.
GPs?
Yes, Gerard Perregaux.
What are your thoughts?
They're vintage.
Yeah.
They're vintage. Ronnie,
Yeah.
Erwin, I sold the white dial Breguet. Did you know that, Erwin?
Yep.
What are you wearing, Erwin? Let's have a look.
I've only got. What's that?
Rolex.
Oh,
Rolex.
beautiful.
It is
Classic
Rolex.
sub.
very classic.
Circa 1998, I think. This
I
is
got Yeah, no, that looks great on your wrist.
one of the what do you call this? Very few production edition, where it has the chapter ring, the Rolex chapter ring or ring.
Oh, yes. The Rolex.
Rolex, and it's a
The
5-figure.
Strippers look for that. Strippers look for the Rolex.
Yep.
That's how they know.
Yeah.
Very good, very good.
Very good collection there, Chief Tits.
Thank you very much.
Congratulations. That is a lovely watch.
Yeah. I didn't get them all out. I've got another sort of about 10, but they're not as good as these. They got the Breitlings and all of those. I like the Breitlings, but different.
I do like a Breitling. I gotta say. I think my
Breitling is
favorite
cool.
Breitling.
He's got a soft spot for the Breitling. He's got to get that Super Ocean. The Heritage. You like the Heritage, don't you, Arch?
I have
Oh,
one.
100%, man. That's fantastic. The Breitlings, I got it. They're great value. Secondhand, they're amazing. You don't want to buy that shit. It's like Pam. You want to buy that on the pre-owned.
Right.
Yeah.
Ronnie Paul, the market, since we've had you on there, the market, I sold my Bluesy. I lost money on it because I sold it back
You're
to a
right back.
dealer. But the deal was I managed to get out of my JLC. I had some stinkers, Ronnie Paul. They were hard.
Wow.
Nice pieces, but I sold my paddock, Ronnie Paul. I've sold the paddock.
The World Time?
Yeah, sold it. Economy's turning bad. I want to travel. Ronnie Paul, economy's turning bad. And
Economy's
I thought,
bad,
you know
so I
what?
got to spend money by traveling.
No, I wanted to get out of the car and the watches and do something I really want to do, which is travel. What do I want to stay home for whilst I'm, you know?
Well, what are you going to do when you travel? Can you give us an idea? You keep talking about
I
travel.
just stay in a motel room and bitch.
that's what I'm
actually,
afraid.
I'm
That's what I'm
actually,
afraid of.
Marky, I'm going to take a bit of time off. I want to take a week or two off there, just to
you can
get into a bit of a break. I want to have a bit of a break.
All this fame is too much pressure from your fans.
Archie, can I tell you something?
Yes.
Archie, there's this.
Archie.
I was reading about Ian Fleming the other day.
Yes.
And Ian Fleming made this comment just before he died. Listen, shush. He made this comment just before he died. He said, I'm not going to die because I've lived too long. He said, I'm going to die because I've lived too much. Think about that. I'm not going to die because I've lived too long. I'm going to die because I've lived too much.
Wow, interesting concept.
Think about it. Right. He was only 56 when he died, you know?
Yes,
so
yes,
he meant that he was drinking, he was having a great old time, smoking, he lived his life to the full too much, and then he died, as opposed to, that's what he meant by that.
Did they have salted caramel ice cream in his day?
I'll be 1 minute, 1 minute.
I'm sure they did, Mark.
He's off He's off for the salted caramel ice cream as we speak.
Right.
Well, my goal is to live longer than my enemies. So I'm very careful not to make enemies anymore with young people.
So what do you think?
Hey.
Do you think it looks good?
Yeah, no, it's beautiful. Hold on, let's take a closer look.
Oh, it's very nice. It's gorgeous.
You have the wrist for it. See, that would look a little small on my wrist, but it looks really good on you.
Thanks,
really,
man.
No, it really
I
does.
really like
Yeah,
it.
looks good.
And you know what's amazing too is how those watches hold their that Rolex steel when they polish it up, it just has a glow about it. Even the old ones, they look like jewelry.
Yeah.
That's so beautiful, man. Look, that is such a beautiful watch. How much did you pay?
yeah.
Can I ask you that? Is that rude to ask?
Yeah, no, I'll tell you, I paid 18.5. So given how the ones that are currently on the market at the moment, because I looked at basically all of them, that's
this is
probably
Aussie
around
dollars.
a couple of thousand more than maybe the average price, right? But
Yeah.
the other ones don't have all of the other stuff that came with this. And they're a bit scratched and this and that. I mean, this is literally like mint condition.
Minty,
Yeah.
minty.
It's not just perfect, you know?
It is
And how do you get
absolutely
this?
beautiful. You can't argue with that.
It doesn't have a service dial, doesn't have service hands. It's just an original one that's been in good nick.
Minty.
And the guy said to me, this is the thing, I trusted him because it was up in Brisbane. And I said to him, look, you know, what have you got? He goes, look, I've got this really good one, but I can't show it to you because it's not here. I said, well, you tell me, I'll go by what you're saying. You know, I mean, you got introduced to me and all that type of thing. He's got a shop. He's been there for decades. It's not just got some guy with a backpack. And then he goes, okay, look, he goes, just trust me. If you don't like it, I'll give you your money back. And that was it.
Yes.
I paid him. Watch came down, and it was just, mwah, I love it. I
Schmicko.
love it. Schmicko.
Minty, minty, minty.
Did
You
I
know how
tell
you
you
were
guys
talking
about my
about Chinese
experience?
watches? Mark, you know how you were talking about Chinese watches? It was making me sick.
Good.
It was making me sick because
Listen,
I just,
The people
how
who
can you-
first
it doesn't work like that, Mark.
the people who first heard about quartz, it made them sick. And then all of a
It doesn't
sudden
work like that.
took away it nearly wiped out the entire industry.
I tell you why it doesn't work like that.
Revolutions and evolutions happen. You have to be prepared for the unexpected.
Did I
Look.
tell you guys about my experience of getting con
What
or
happened?
getting a what's this Pepsi like Chief Tit?
Yeah.
I,
No, that's
I once had one. I once tried to purchase a watch online, not online, really, through someone through Instagram, and I got con. I got scammed.
Oh no. What happened? Tell us the
Exactly
story.
like Chief Tit, you know, the one that he has. You know, I saw it, and guys, if it's too good to be true, it usually is.
Yeah.
And so I saw this watch, very good pricing. It's really too good to be true. And I communicated with the guy through Instagram to get more pictures and more details. And I paid that guy, and the watch never came.
Oh,
That's
that's
sad.
terrible.
Yeah.
You
Mr.
paid him
GMT, $2 stay. Congrats, my sexy friend. There we go, Mr. GMT.
From one Mr. GMT to another.
Congrats.
exactly my brother,
Yeah.
my brother from another mother.
So I end up suing the guy.
Yeah, I was gonna say, was it in your country?
What happened?
Yeah, it is in my country, and I end up I then discovered it was a scam, it was a
Right.
fraud. I lodged a police report. Police say they couldn't do anything because it's difficult to trace.
Yeah.
Once the money is gone, it's gone. So I end up doing some.
But it went to
private
his bank
investigation.
account. It can't be that hard. It went to his fucking bank account.
Yeah. So I did in fact sue the guy. I sued him based on the
Yeah.
details on the bank account. And of course, he came back and said that, that's not him. He basically loaned his bank account to someone else. He lent it to someone else. So, but long story short, that guy, whoever it is that I actually paid my money to, paid me back. So I got my money back.
This was after he was served with papers.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good for you.
Fucking hell, man.
Good.
We've got to be
I know.
careful.
Yeah, exactly.
Even with some of the dealers. Arch, this isn't the first one that I saw. I went to some
No.
other bloke, I'm not going to tell you who, in Sydney. I went there, I made an appointment, I went in. And then it was advertised as box and papers, right? So I go in.
Yes.
And then it wasn't box and paper, it was a box and booklets. And it wasn't fucking the booklets, it wasn't even the right booklet. It had a president booklet.
Counselor,
with
what
a
is the booklet made out of?
Hmm?
What is the booklet made out of?
booklet.
What
Paper.
material is the book composed of? Looks like paper to me.
Mark is trying to be technical. He's trying to be technical.
Well, I'm thinking like a scamming watch dealer. Is what I'm doing.
Look what else. On the back, you can tell if the booklet has been purchased from some other version because the booklet has got its own date on the back. Can you see? The date of printing of a particular booklet. So you can tell if somebody's just bought it on eBay or something. See, it says 2004.
Yes.
So you can see if somebody's just bought one on eBay that might have been like, one particular year, and it might be 5 or 6 years out. So it wouldn't have been a full box and papers one. It was just one that people have collated together all the stuff that they can.
There's a question about the quality of that booklet, if it's as good as Luxury to Last.
Oh, no, nothing's as good as Luxury. Not even in the same sense.
What year is it? What year
This
is it?
2005.
2005.
Yeah, January 2005, and that's why this is a 2004 booklet. So it was like probably
Yep, that
manufactured in 2004. Yeah. And also the little calendar that comes with it is in the same period. You see, 2005 and 6. I love all that shit. I tell you what, geez, it's just so cozy. Just want to get it and put it under the pillow, sleep on it.
I sleep with a watch. I always sleep with a watch.
Absolutely.
But
I sleep with a few of them.
I need to sleep with a watch that has good lube.
Have you seen these? These are bad for you, Arch. You shouldn't look. Close your eyes. Freddo biscuits.
Yes.
Don't show Luxury.
Are you
Don't show
overloading on
Luxury.
carbs? Because didn't you just eat hot cross buns and now we're eating Freddo biscuits?
Absolutely. Fuck it.
Where's the milk? I think your boys are going to be that you're eating all their snacks. You're eating all the children's snacks.
I'm the one who
What a
paid
great
for it.
watch. That's amazing.
Bro, you're gonna add another link to your watch soon.
Oh, that's right. He's going to have to add another link.
Well, I've got the
Ronnie-
fingers in there. I've got Moody.
Owen, do you
Yo.
think that's enough of the Breguets if I only have one now? What do you think, Owen? Is that
I think it's
Is
cool.
that-
I think it's fine. One is good enough. I'm a one watch per brand kind of guy, except for Rolex, of course.
yeah.
That
Yeah.
Exception
the
to every
sub
rule.
the sub you have there. What year did you say it was? Did you say it was a 98?
2005.
No, 2000. No, sorry, 2000.
No, his sub.
2008.
His what? Sorry.
2008. Sorry, my mistake.
Okay, 2008.
2008. Yeah.
Okay.
2008, so it's pre-ceramic.
Yes.
Yeah, it would have been the last year, right?
Show me,
Pre-ceramic,
show us,
correct.
show us again, Erwin. Show us again.
It's a pre-ceramic,
it.
and it has the.
So it's got the engraved Rehawk then if it's 2008, yeah?
That's right.
I just wanted to play this video quickly. This is from a friend of ours from the night show. Look at this. He's driving along the highway. Look at this, guys.
What was that?
What's he driving?
It's a Skoda Ferrari.
Oh yeah.
Something flew off.
So look at that. A piece of wood came off the road. Look at that.
When I say Skoda Ferrari, it's a Skoda car with Ferrari red.
Oh wait a minute. You're saying it's a Skoda? It's a VW.
Well,
It used to be that was a Czech car.
Yes, that's right. Yes.
It was the reason I know is I'm a Czech, right? So.
You a Czech?
Yeah, but I'm
Do you
a
know
Czech,
Skoda?
yeah.
Skoda used to make the tanks in the Second World War.
I didn't know that.
Well, the Skoda factory were taken over by the Germans. They made Panzers in the end.
And the Skoda used to have a V8 rear engine car. Did you know that? Called the Tata.
So
I didn't know
let
that.
me tell you something. I remember when I was 13 years old, we went to Czechoslovakia for the first time. We got special permission to go. And two of my uncles had the original Skodas that looks like a Lada.
Yep.
It was like a toaster box. I remember he gave me a ride in it, man. It was awful. And it was very bad when you would be going up a hill. The valves were not very good, so it would smoke out on the back. It would burn oil.
You had to Fred Flintstone it.
Yeah, they were pretty crap. And the thing is that he wasn't driving that in the winter either because it was made out of pretty cheap sheet metal and it would rust out. So I remember he was storing it. I actually am wondering if he still has it. He might still have
Well, some
it.
of those things, Ronnie Paul, some of those things are quite collectible these days, you know.
Yeah, it's an interesting car, yeah, man. Anyways, they come a long
What's
way.
those
And
ones the East Germans used to have? The East Germans used to, what was that East German thing? Remember the East German car? What was that called?
Tabbies.
It's like, there's a whole society.
Trabant.
Oh,
Trabant.
Yeah, Trabant.
Yeah,
they were
said
two-stroke.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
with the Trabant, they said if you were to get into it and go for a ride, your chances of getting killed in it went up by 80%. Because if you crashed in it, it would just shatter and impale you.
What a way to go.
So wait a minute,
You know,
they also had a
They got full clubs with in Germany that collect those things, you know.
oh really?
They love them. Oh yeah, they're mad about it.
There you go, Erwin. That's the collection now, Erwin. What do you think, Erwin? And then Ronnie Paul, that's the collection, the 5-piece. Look at that. That's
Archie,
I've sold a lot off.
Archie, you need more Rolex in that collection.
We might have told him
Hey.
that.
I'm not selling the Explorer, that's for sure. Explorer, Speedy, the Zenith, Pam, Breguet, that's it. What do you think?
Let me
Erwin, what do you think, Erwin?
I think it's a good solid collection. Yeah.
It's nice. I think that's enough. That's enough. If I'm desperate, I'll get rid of the Breguet because that's a big money piece. But hey,
That the Explorer, isn't that the longest standing watch you have in your collection right now?
yes, it is. It is.
Like, and I mean by long standing, I'm thinking 15 years plus.
No, I've had a few. This is the 42.
You've had a few?
This is the only
Oh,
42
okay.
I've ever had. Yeah, so
Can
that's
I
a
make a
42.
stupid suggestion? Arch, could you is it viable to get rid of the Zenith and the Breguet and get a no date sub and keep the change?
Look, they're very hard move. Market's very tough at the moment. Like the Breguet, you know, you're just fucking around with. The problem is I'm wholesaling them to then buy something at high money. You know, I can't be fucked. Honestly, cannot be fucked in the least.
What's
You know
the
what
difference
I mean?
between the wholesale amount? Anyway, how much would they fuck you for?
Look. You go to look. The thing is this: they are
It would be doggy style.
Look, you better look. I like the Breguet. Don't get me wrong. I like the Breguet. I like the Zenith. I like that sort of semi-exposed watch. That's why those two are very. They kind of remind me. They're very similar because they've got the exposed workings. I like that look. But you know what? The Pam is unsellable. Pam is fucking next to impossible. The Zenith is sellable because it's cheap. I didn't pay a lot for it. The Breguet, look. Market anything 20,000 in a dress watch is hard to sell. It is, the market is the market. But man, I sold off so much, and I'm glad to have reduced and put the money into advance payments, basically, because you know why? I want to travel a bit. I don't want to be stuck whinging and depressed at home. I'd rather go and see.
You'd rather be whinging and depressed in a motel room in Vietnam. We
Exactly. You hit it on that.
We totally get it.
So there you go. Erwin, what did you think, Erwin? Is it
I
sad
think it's a
or
solid
what?
collection from a collector's point of perspective. I think it's a solid collection. You've got, different varieties there.
Look, you got a diver, you got a GMT, you got two chronographs, you got a dress gold watch. Hey, what do you need?
Exactly. I mean,
I still think the 7057 is one of the most beautiful dress watches of all time. For the money, it's incredible value. Incredible.
Oh yeah, and it's one of the very few high complication watches. I mean, among the collections that you have, I think that is considered one of the high complication.
If I had a choice of either, this sounds silly, the World Time or that Breguet, I kind of prefer the Breguet because it's half the money, and it's also
Solid
it's just
gold.
interesting. It's an interesting thing, rose gold. It's interesting. Ronnie Paul, what's the future look like for yourself? We haven't seen you on many streams. What's wrong, man?
Oh, no, nothing, man. I've just been really busy, dude. Like right now I'm talking to you, I'm in the office. I'm not even at home. It's just all of a sudden you popped in my head. I saw that I got my notification that you were doing a live stream. And I was about to pack up and go home for the night. And then I said, hey, why don't I go into one of the conference rooms and
Ronnie
see if
Paul,
I can talk to you.
What do you think's going to happen? Like, let's be honest. People who bought those condos for 700 and now they're worth 350. They've done their ass, don't you think, or not?
Well, actually, a lot of those are being now taken away from them via the banks that lent them the money. I mean, have you been
in America? You can surrender your you can surrender your property to the bank and you don't have any liability, correct?
I don't know. It doesn't work like that in Canada. It doesn't work like that.
No,
in Canada.
you're liable. You're liable for the loss, aren't you?
So what happens is the bank will take the property from you and they will sell it on an auction. And whatever the difference is of the loan that they gave you versus what they sold it for, you're liable to pay for it. Yeah, they'll come after you. So you can't discharge it.
Of course. Why wouldn't they come after you? Of course they. So you're better off to sell it yourself, aren't you? Or I suppose if you sold it yourself.
And you still lost. You still owe the difference, yeah.
Here's a question to
the bank wouldn't let you sell it then, would they? They wouldn't release the mortgage to the new vendor. That's the problem. If you tried to sell it yourself, the apartment, they wouldn't give title to the new buyer because they've lost their security, wouldn't they?
That's a good question, Archie. I don't really know what
Whereas
the
if the bank
real estate
sells
law is here.
You get full title. You get title.
Super chat.
William Gaudrian, €2, gold Rolex big boy, not steel Rolex shitters. Look, I can't afford it. Cannot afford it. I honestly cannot afford gold Rolex. I want to be flexible to travel. As simple as that. I want to be flexible. I want to be flexible to travel. Simple as that. Ronnie Paul, you buying anything else, or are you just slowing down a bit yourself?
You know what? The next one I would like to get is I'd like to get the Starbucks.
What made you sell a few off? Why did you sell a few off?
Well, I wanted
to get the Daytona.
I wanted to get the Daytona, yeah. So I wanted to get rid of some of those.
How much you paid for the Daytona?
You know how much they wanted for it?
How
I
much?
had to get it from a gray market dealer.
Yeah.
41,000 Canadian.
Fuck, that's a lot of money.
That
What did you get it?
is.
How much did you end up paying?
Oh, I weeded them down to maybe like $3,000 less, man. I still paid him $38,000 for that watch.
Was it worth it?
I'm happy with it. The guy, actually, here's the really sad thing about it.
Yeah.
The guy who sold him that watch also sold him the Submariner Starbucks. So when I was
Yep.
debating on which one of these two watches I was going to go after, I had my choice, and both of the watches are sliders, really good shape. And he told me that the guy that had sold them both to him, he had originally bought them to put away for his sons. So it
see.
sounds like this guy came upon some hard times and needed to liquidate. So he took those nice watches that he was probably keeping in a home safe or a bank, and he sold it. They were both full box and papers and everything. It's a 2022. So unless he got it directly from a dealer and paid retail, he probably got soaked on it more than I did. Anyways,
Yeah.
that's
I see what.
that's the sign of the times, right? I mean, this guy had it, wanted to put it away for his kids, and 3 years later, he's selling them.
Well, that's the unfortunate thing. I mean, what can you do, man? Like,
Yeah.
I had with my BMW, Ronnie Paul. I had thought I would have kept the BMW for 10 years. I wanted to keep it 10 years. I was doing extra services. I was doing everything, but the business collapsed, Ronnie Paul.
Yeah. Well, I know you were taking good care of it, and you really liked it, and you weren't eating in it, which was the most important thing, right?
Yeah, I'm doing also extra oil services every 10,000 kilometers.
So actually, you know what they're saying about that now? They're saying
What's
that with regards to BMWs, if you really want to keep the engine running and keep it going, you should reduce the kilometers and get it changed every 5.
Depends how you drive it, but too, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but anyways,
5's
that's what
getting
they're
a bit
saying.
ridiculous. 5. Look. The cars, the scheduled servicing says 25,000, right? So I said, let's just make it 10.
Yeah, absolutely not.
10's okay. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You can. It depends how you drive it too. If you drive it okay, it's not going to really. We got
you
Rancher
weren't
jobs.
abusing it.
Yeah.
Hey, is that the
exactly.
Rancher?
Hey, who's that?
Council.
Buddy, how's it going?
Been a while.
Yeah.
Ronnie Paul.
Dude.
It was my daughter's birthday, so I took her out for crab legs.
She does love the crab legs.
And then I had to, of course, I was then keeping the little princess, occupied. Well, yeah.
How were the
Well, here's
crab
a
legs?
question for
Sounds
the
delicious.
panelists. Yeah.
I don't order crab legs for myself, but I think they're too much damn work.
Worth it.
You got to rip them apart.
Oh yeah. Worth
Yep.
it. Boys, I gotta go. I'm gonna leave you in good hands, Archibald. You got a lovely panel here. Ronnie Paul, good to see you. Erwin,
Yeah, Mark, it's good to see you
yes,
too, man.
Congratulations. Thanks for sharing space with me, but I gotta take the kitten out to dinner.
Hey, thank you so much, Goldberg, for coming on. Thank you for teaching me how to handle the mops.
It worked out really well today. It really worked.
Yeah.
The theory, the new theory. I like it.
Yeah. No worries. I tell you what, Ronnie Paul, since when were you last on? That was a couple years ago, wasn't it?
Dude, I'm pretty sure the last time I was on was probably sometime in 2024. I know I did not come on in 2025 at all, man.
No.
Just way busy with stuff. I know I didn't show up for sure. Like a lot's changed. I mean, I hear Bear's not even doing your show anymore. What's going on with that?
Yeah, no, Bear. It just there's too many trolls. They got a bit. The trolls got a bit nasty, and he just
Well, he got a case of self-respect.
yeah.
Right, so
Ronnie
I've got to
Paul.
go.
Hey, Chief Tit, thank you so much for coming on and showing us the watches. Thank you so
No
much.
problem.
See you later, buddy.
And thanks
Have
for
a
the
good
contact
one.
again. Thanks, guys.
Wear it
See
in
you.
good health, Chief Tit. Wear it in good health.
Thanks, mate. Thanks. Speak to you soon. Bye.
I gotta
Yeah,
say,
so
Ronnie
I
Bear-
Paul.
wanted to ask you something.
Yes.
I and also maybe Ronnie Paul, since he's an expert in gold.
Uh-huh.
I think recently, I mean, especially where I'm from, people have been actually buying the vintage gold Rolexes or gold watches, and they had it melt because of the gold price. Is it the same in your
Right.
country? And what do you think about it?
I think the value of the watch intact is still worth more than the melt value. The only thing I
tend
had
to
a
agree
problem.
with you.
Yeah, I think the only problem I ever had with a Rolex gold watch, because I was interested in looking for one, right? The biggest problem I had was I'm really anal about my watches, and the scratches would drive me nuts. And then what would end
Yes.
up happening is I wouldn't be wearing it as much. And now I got this $50,000-$60,000 piece, and it's not even being used, right? And it would just be sitting around in a safe,
Yep.
Yeah,
something like
stupid.
that. So that was what that was it. That was the determining factor in why I jumped on the Daytona instead. Yeah.
Ronnie Paul, what's happening in Canada? The real estate market, the housing market's slumping, and the condo market.
So the biggest thing that's slumping in Toronto and downtown is the condos.
Yeah.
That's the number one. And that's because
Okay.
they were all built like shoe boxes, right? And they
Yeah.
were all overpriced.
Yes.
Something that's interesting to note. If you were to come into the city now and see any of the condos that are being built right now, those are being finished. Those are being finished. There are no new projects on the horizon.
Wow.
And
Oh, I see.
and apparently a lot of these condos that are finishing up, a lot of buyers backed out and
Yes.
swallowed their deposits.
Mm.
And there's a whole bunch of brand new empty units coming up, and they don't know what to do with them. I mean, it's bad. And like when I told you,
There was no vacancy rate to rent these things. Are they vacant now, or they do rent?
okay, so this is what happened. 2 years ago, or about 3 years ago, under the Trudeau government, he was letting in a lot of people in on student visas.
Yes.
And part of the reason there was a spike on rental prices was because you had a lot of foreign students coming in, looking for places to stay.
Yes,
Well,
of course.
There was some backlash on that. So about a year and a half ago, they reduced the amount of visas. And I think something like 1.5 million student visas and workers permits, on the foreign worker program, they were not renewed. So those people all went back to where they came from. So that means all those units that were all booked up with them are now all vacant.
Oh, I
So
see.
so even the rental market it's not good. And that's another reason why these investors are getting out of these buildings, is because they can't rent them and they can't sell them. And that's what the problem is.
I have a riddle, by the way.
Uh-huh.
It's one word that begins with a V and ends with an A, and a woman can use it to get whatever she wants.
Is it what I think it is?
Yes, a visa.
Ronnie Paul, it's a very tough market. I tell you that there. See, the problem is people, if they weren't careful, if they've bought an $750,000 apartment and it's worth 300,
Yep.
they're going to have to eat that shit sandwich.
Yeah,
they've bankrupt. They've wiped themselves out. Don't you think, or not?
So yeah, for sure. Well, apparently, like I watch a couple of these guys. They have their YouTube channels on real estate, Canadian real estate, and there's one guy that's really on top of it all. And what he actually does is he'll show you pictures of some of the
Ooh.
houses that have come up for sale.
Mhm.
Some of them have been on the market for like 2 years, and
Dang.
they're losing like 43%.
Dang.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
it's
So
bad.
buy real estate. It's just, yeah, you can't, anything that the middle class and the working class uses to transfer wealth between generations is under attack.
Hey, Archie, here's something that's interesting, and you tell me if you've heard about this in Australia.
Yeah.
I know they've done this in the Netherlands. They're about to do it, and I think Canada has a think tank that is looking into this. But the governments are so broke and so desperate for funds that they're thinking about creating a unrealized gains tax on your home that you would have to pay regardless of whether or not you sell the house. It's just based on market value. Have you heard about
What they
that in
tried to do
Australia?
in Australia, we have a thing called a retirement superannuation. It's like a 401k.
Right.
Basically, you can't touch the money until you're 60. And what they wanted to do was people who had a balance of over $2 million, they always start off at the high end, but then they can easily
Right.
scale it down. That's the danger.
Sure.
They wanted to, so basically, if you had a fund that had more than $2 million, they wanted to tax the unrealized gain. So that
Yeah.
means you had stocks that have gone up, you've made the money, but you haven't sold the stock. So that means
Correct.
tomorrow it can easily, it's like your gold, it can easily fall. Okay.
Right. Yes.
And then the problem is they've taxed it. And if you had a loss, they don't give you your money back the next year. They give you a credit. And it's up
Right.
to you to file for the credit and to make sure you keep that credit, you're
Up
aware
to
of the
date.
credit. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah. Carry over.
Look,
Yeah,
there's a
actually,
lot
I'm
of
gonna make a
nasty
move first.
things. Hey, Erwin, thank
gonna
you
make
so
my
much
move.
for coming on, man.
No problem.
Great
Hey,
chatting
Ronnie,
to you. Hang
nice
in there.
meeting you.
Nice
Rancher,
meeting you.
take care.
Anyway, I just
Bye-bye.
want to come on and say hi to everyone. Hey, Ronnie, good to see you again.
Yeah,
Take
man.
care.
It's good to hear your voice, man.
Thank you. You too.
Yeah.
We got Starchy there. $2. How hard was it when your 3 got repoed? I sold it. I sold my 3. I sold my 3. I actually, Ronnie Paul, with my 3 series, I sold the World Time and paid it off last August.
Okay.
In August last year. And then from July to December, I did 2,000 kilometers. I wasn't using it at all. And I thought to myself, you know what? In the next 20,000 kilometers, it'll need transmission service. It'll need diff oil. It'll need full brakes and rotors, and it will need tires. And I thought, you know what? Just fuck it off. I've had enough. I wasn't really enjoying it anymore.
Right.
I sold it off and I put that money into I've got a redraw. So the home loan, they basically gave me 150. I used 50 to renovate the condo. And then I bought a few watches and played the market just like you could in the past. But I could see the writing on the wall 12 months ago. I sold them all off, sold the Beamer off, put the money back into those, reduce the loan so that I don't technically need to make a payment because I'm in front. Do you see what I mean?
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
And once I hit 60, I can use my retirement to pay the house off.
Mm-hmm.
And I could still sell the condo, of course. That's
Well, as long as you're.
Sorry, just had an Easter present delivered here on the show. Happy Easter.
Oh, nice. Lint. Is that a lint? Well, as long as you stay liquid, Archie, and you can meet your financial demands, then I guess you're okay.
Well, I've cut all my no personal loans, credit cards paid off each month.
Nice.
I want to look. I tell you honestly, we are considered old, Ronnie Paul. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I don't
man.
want to. I'm sorry to say we are considered the older worker.
Yeah.
I had a look at some of the terrible thing is, so I came from IT. 12-year absence isn't good. My YouTube videos doesn't really help my cause. Okay.
Yeah.
The problem is when a new employer looks at you,
Mhm.
if you're a little bit outside the box of what they want, they don't give a fuck. Do you understand? They don't care.
Right.
If you're outside the box, they will just say to you, you know what? Too hard. They don't give a shit, Ronnie Paul.
Right.
They honestly do not care. They're not gonna. They'll just say, "Oh, next applicant," and that's the terrible thing is, Ronnie Paul. Once you're our age, they don't want us anymore. You know what I mean?
Mhm. Yeah. No, I know what you're talking about. It's a different story when you're looking for a job when you're in your 50s versus if you were in your 30s. Yeah.
And look at the banks. If they've lost money, they're looking at cutting costs. Don't you see that?
Yeah. That's right. Yeah. Yeah, it's a
What do you
vicious
do?
cycle. Yeah. Mhm.
Do you want to retire overseas? What do you want to do with yourself?
So like I said, I'd kind of heard stuff about Peru. That was one option. I got a buddy of mine, a new friend of mine. He's Vietnamese, and
Oh, yes.
him and his family, they go on trips every January, February to visit family.
Yes.
So he's invited me to come along next year. All I
Oh,
got to do is
Vietnam is
pay.
an amazing
All I
place.
got to do is all I got to do is pay my ticket. And he says, I'll take care of everything. You know, he'll show me around, make sure that nobody tries to rip me off or anything like that. And said it would be a fun time. So I'm looking into that. In fact, you
Investment
know what?
wise, what's your answer with the gold? Would you buy more?
If it drops, so right now, Archie, if I go and I buy an ounce now, it's still over $6,000 an ounce, which is too much.
Canadian,
I
you're
would,
talking.
yeah, Canadian. I would want it to drop down almost closer to 5 before I pull out any more. Actually, you know what, Archie?
Mm.
When gold last year started really going up high, I kind of eased up on buying it, and I thought to myself, what would be a good investment alternative in
Mm-hmm.
precious metals?
Yeah.
And I looked up platinum,
Mm-hmm.
and platinum was
It's cheaper than gold.
almost 1/4 the cost. So
Mm-hmm.
I started buying platinum. So I got like 7 ounces of platinum now.
Mm.
So
What do you think of silver?
You know what? I stay away from that. It's too volatile. It's too volatile, and to tell you the truth, it's difficult to get rid of.
Is it?
It's not that easy. Yeah. I mean, if you go to a dealership and say spot for an ounce is like $90 US, they're going to give you 10.
Yep.
They're going to
They
charge
don't
you
want
10.
it.
They're going to
They
give
don't
you
want it.
$10 less, depending on what it is. If it's like a Canadian maple or an eagle, they'll take it. But if it's
Mm-hmm.
anything else, they give you a hard time. And the other thing that they're not particularly too fond of is anything that is, like sterling silver or anything that's not pure. So,
Yep.
if you want to take mom and dad's old tea set and get rid of that, some of them won't take it. And the reason they won't take it is they need to send it in for refining to the refineries. And
Yes.
there's not many refiners, and a lot of the refiners now are backed up with orders. So some of them, they're saying they can't get to they wouldn't be able to get to your melt on, for another 2 or 3 months. So it's just, yeah, so I stay away from the silver. I'm not, I was never keen on it.
We're gonna Starchy, $2. Listen, wide load. Cry to someone else. What does he mean? Cry to someone. Don't know.
I don't know.
Ronnie Paul.
Yeah.
53. I'm 54 this year.
Yeah.
I'm 72. What year were you born?
73, February.
Okay.
So you're
Ronnie,
like 3 or 4 months older than me, right? You were in
I was born in
October.
October. Yeah, October 72. Ronnie
Yeah, so you're
Paul.
4 years. 4 months.
Ronnie Paul.
Yeah.
It's over. It's over. Career is over. You know what I'm saying? Like really, if you got retrenched from the bank, you're fucked. There is no more job for you, Ronnie Paul.
Yeah, I would have to go into my own business. Oh, hey,
Can you remember many years ago you used to see people on a park bench drinking winos? You know what they are? Do you know what they are? They're 54-year-old men who lost their job.
Oh man,
and
come on, don't tell me this stuff. You're depressing me, man.
I'm telling you the truth. Ronnie, I'm in the same boat.
Hey, listen, you know who I've been talking to
There's
a lot
always
recently?
work for me and you. You know, this is my friend said to me, there's always work for you, Paul. Uber, taxi, pizza.
You know who I keep in touch with a lot now?
Who's that?
Sod.
He's a lovely guy.
Yeah, he's a gold bug too. So we message each other when there's
You should
interesting
visit him.
news.
He's in Pakistan, isn't he? Pakistan. That's
he is. Yeah.
He'd look after you if you went over there. His family's very connected.
Yeah. You know what? I send him messages. It doesn't matter what time of the day or night it is. I'll send him a message at like 2 or 3 a.m. I don't know what the time exchange is there, but he'll answer, man. I mean, I don't know if I'm waking him up or not, but he's always available.
Lovely guy, Saad.
Yeah.
Tell me this. The American dream.
Yeah.
Would you what do you think? What's you've seen the Canadian bubble burst now?
Yeah, it's done. I mean, they're predicting in Canada this year that I think they said, did they say 4,000 restaurants will close this year in Canada?
Would you buy an apartment? Like if you sold all your gold, would you buy?
But it's not. I told you it's not low enough yet. I'd be looking for dirt cheap, Archie. I'm talking like 200, 250.
You honestly think it'll go that bad?
I mean, listen to this. Canada's national debt is, I think it's $1.29 trillion. And they said that Canada's housing market is worth $1.29 trillion. So Canada has no industry. Housing is the only industry in Canada. We're in really, 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 really bad trouble, Archie.
You know, they're a sovereign nation. You know when they had COVID and that, they printed all this money. They didn't borrow the money from the Chinese or the Americans or
no, they printed it. Yes.
They're a sovereign. I don't understand why it's such a big problem. Why do they need to pay the debt back when it's just their own money that they're lending to themselves anyhow? What fucking...
Well, then you'd have to realize that they would have to make... Then everyone would realize that it's... come to the realization that it's all a fraud.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And that the money, you don't really need money.
Yeah. Would you ever go to a... You're in Toronto, aren't you?
Yeah, downtown.
So, I mean, Toronto is one of the biggest cities there, isn't it?
The other one would be Vancouver.
Vancouver, Toronto. Toronto's the capital of Ontario, isn't it?
Yes. Oh, wait a minute. That's a good question. I don't know my thing. It's either, I think the capital of Canada is Ottawa, but I don't know if the capital of Ontario is also Ottawa. I think it might be Ottawa. You might want to Google that.
City of the Canadian province of Ontario. Toronto
is that what it says?
Yeah.
Okay. So then it's the capital of Ontario.
So Vancouver had prices even more than Toronto, wasn't it, or not?
They still do. They still do.
So prices are more crazy in Vancouver.
Vancouver, yeah.
Fuck. And that's the problem with a lot of these new apartment builds. They weren't really quality buildings either.
No.
And they have, as you said, they have the most awkward sort of shapes to maximize every fucking square foot they could.
I mean, literally, Archie. I saw some of the layouts on some of these places, and it's like a hallway.
Yeah, yeah. You don't feel you have to own something yourself? How do you know?
Actually, anyone who's honest, any of these real estate agents or anyone who knows anything about real estate in Canada, if they're honest with you, they would tell you not to buy. That's how bad it is.
Yeah, but these are housing. In Australia, we haven't had a crash. It's actually our housing is fucking bananas. Okay, particularly where I'm from, we have an Olympics in 2032 in Brisbane. We got the Olympics. It's also we're the Sunshine State, so it's kind of it's a warmer climate than Melbourne or Sydney. It's got a few draw cards to it. Houses are $1 million in Australia, okay? In a capital city, $1 million you're looking at.
So wait a minute. If you sell it, will you have a buyer? How many weeks? What is the average number of weeks or months that a house would be on the market for? Like how many days? You know how they do the.
Yeah, I've got agents ringing me every week. Do you want to sell? Do you want to sell? Do you want to sell?
You got none of that here, man. I think here, if you put a condo up for sale, it'll be on the market. If you don't price it right, it'll be on the market for almost a year. Yeah, it's just bad, man. I mean, nobody, like I said, there's no startups coming up. They're saying, the financial pundits and stuff are coming out and saying that once these, they're talking about job losses and stuff, and they're saying once these apartments are finished, those workers that were helping construct it do not have another job to walk into when it's over.
Of course, it's an economic cycle, Ronnie Paul.
Yeah.
Hey, is AI a big thing? Are you scared of AI?
So you know what? I've gone through a few things that I do here at work, and I'm thinking, if they're going to AI anything, they should be AIing this, and I just don't see anything in the pipeline for it. And I'm kind of fed up doing it and wish that AI would come in and take it over, but I just don't see anything. So will it come in? I'm sure it will, Archie, but I don't think it's coming in this year. I think 2027 might be different. But we have our little budget meetings and stuff like that in January, and there's they go through what are the expectations and any projects that are coming up or any new clients and stuff like that, and nothing's being said about implementing any sort of AI into what it is that we do. So I don't know what's going on with that, to be honest.
Yeah, I know what he's saying. Angelic Slayer member chat for 29 months. Unfortunately, I can't play music. YouTube's gotten funny with playing clips that aren't mine. Ronnie Paul, it's a disaster, really. Just hang. I'm going to wrap this. Just stay on, Ronnie Paul. I want to chat to you.
Yeah.
I want to thank everybody today. Hurritan, Starchy, Hurritan, Davey Smalls, Chief Tip, Hurritan, Black Cat, M. Fizazzi, Starchy, Hurritan, Helger Strand, M. Fizazzi, Mac Lobster, Hurritan, Mac Lobster, Flip Mode 45, Big Meech, Mr. GMT, William Gaudrian, Starchy, and Angelic Slayer. That's the show. Just hang on. It's got to run a 1 minute advert, and then I'll chat to you, Ronnie Paul.
All right.
Hi, guys. It's Archie Luxury. Guys, I want to talk to you about David SW. Guys, if you are in America, if you are looking for a Rolex watch of your dreams, in fact, if you're looking for a contemporary modern wristwatch, I strongly advise you to look at David SW. Guys, don't play the dealer games. Don't bring in chocolates or Krispy Kremes for your dealer, hoping to get a Rolex at retail. It's futile. Please, guys, save your dignity. Keep some pride. Go to David SW. I would highly recommend David SW, David SW. If you're in America and you're looking for a watch, go to David SW, David SW, David SW.